My father, of blessed memory, would wake up every morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and would spend many hours learning Torah. My father was a very joyous person, so his niggin of learning was also very joyous, and that had a tremendous impact on me. My wife and I had the great schus of opening up a Chabad house on La Cienega Boulevard, which is probably the largest, busiest street in the heart of Los Angeles. And our shlichus, from the beginning, really evolved around a lot of Torah learning.
I met Rabbi Zajac when he came out to Los Angeles. Rabbi Zajac has given a Gemara shiur throughout his life. When he came to Los Angeles, he started it as well.
There's something special, magical about Gemara. Prior to establishing a daily minyan, my idea was to learn every morning together.
A bunch of guys from our shul, and we started going every day, and it became part of my routine.
In a very short amount of time, we had, I think, over 2 minyanim.
So we heard that Rabbi Zajac was giving a class every morning before the morning prayers to a small group of people at his Chabad house. We thought it would be the perfect addition to our growing library of audio classes and video classes.
Chabad.org reached out to us. We were learning Mayat Katan. We're going back a little bit more than 7.5 years. They complemented the content of the class, but they were very unsatisfied with the technical quality of the class.
Chabad.org really maintains many satellite studios, if you will. We need to be able to set up equipment, train someone local to be able to film this.
He comes home with all this equipment, camera equipment. It was just backdrop and tripod and cameras and all that. And I haven't seen a camera since the 90s, I think.
Once the videos are uploaded to our systems here in New York, our team gets to work immediately. They need to downsize those files to make sure that they can work on slower connections, make sure that they are the proper quality. They are actually replicated throughout the world.
It was very intimidating. It means I'm very comfortable teaching even to 100 people if I see them. I understand what Chabad.org is and the audience that this class will be going to. With the help of Hashem, we are learning Chagiga Daf Tez Vav. We left off on Daf Yud Dalid, Amid Beis, 8 lines before the bottom of the Amid. And today we will finally start the Arba'a Nichnusu B'Pardes, the 4 who entered the Pardes.
There's one thing that sets Rabbi Zajac apart from any other Maggid shiur, and that's the Chassidus aspect that he brings into a shiur. You're not going to find that anywhere.
Following the approach that the Maisa Merkava means the experience of the Merkava. And I would say that amongst Chassidim, we call this the experience of doing that. Part of the beauty of learning in Tomchei Temimim is appreciating, as the Rebbe pointed out, that there's really one Torah because it's coming from one God. And the more we are able to see the connection, it adds that much more depth and soul to the learning of Gemara.
I did not get started to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go do Shas. And I said, you know what? Let me try and learn every day, see if I can finish brachas.
With Hashem's help, we are starting brachas.
I did brachas, I said, let me try
With
Shabbos.
the help of Hashem, we are starting Seder Moyed Masechtas Shabbos.
It just went like that.
Masechtas Yuvamis, Masechta Bava Kama, Bava Mitzia, Bava Basra, Masechtas Zvachim, final Masechta in Shas, Masechtas Mida.
I grew up in a wonderful neighborhood, definitely the last Jewish shtetl here in Detroit. And I went to Hebrew school after school, like a lot of us, and conservative, and like many of us, that really concluded my Jewish education.
I was born in Israel, and my parents immigrated to the United States when I was less than 2 years old. They sent me to the only Jewish school at the time. I felt like the Hebrew Academy told me and taught me all about what we do, but not so much like the spiritual reason behind the rituals and traditions and practices. And so I was very much thirsty for that and yearning for that.
I became interested in learning the Talmud. I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was a manual for Jewish ethics. So I surfed Chabad.org, and Rabbi Zajac came up.
I was looking on Chabad.org. My first impression of Rabbi Zajac's class was he made the materials come to life. He made it so interesting. He's so enthusiastic. And it really makes the students also feel more, connected and more engaged with the lesson.
And I began listening to it while I was doing my hiking in Utah. And his voice is incredibly inspiring. His explanation was very articulate. He had great command of the information. And I was really excited about his teaching.
In the beginning, I think I didn't realize what the commitment meant, but throughout the years, it became like something really serious, and he had to wear a tie, and he had to have his backdrop, and wherever he traveled, he had to bring all his equipment with him.
Someone said to me once like this, they said, Rabbi Zajac is a master teacher. And you know what? He is a master teacher. And there were times where Rabbi Zajac, the master teacher, was sitting there in the morning giving shiur, and it was just him and me.
This is a real daily commitment. During our simchas, during family time, vacationing, it was always Gemara in hand on the plane, preparing, making sure there's enough space for everyone and for his Gemara. During COVID, it was here in the home, 6 a.m. every morning.
And suddenly it's like you realize, hey, this is not just our little shchona over here. It's actually impacting people all over the country, maybe all over the world.
We, as a commune, as a shul, we regularly travel to the oil. There isn't a time from when we started uploading our classes that when we as a group are at the oil, people walk over and they thank us for the classes, and it's very heartwarming.
And what's also very powerful is the fact that these classes, they're there forever. I mean, that's a gift that, Rabbi Zajac and the rest of us on a very small level given to the world.
It doesn't even matter what tractate it is. It doesn't seem like he has a preference of one tractate over another. I've probably done at least 4 or 5 tractates with him already, and every day it's the same enthusiasm and excitement and passion.
Turns out that learning the Talmud wasn't the intellectual exercise I thought it was. Turns out that it's a way to connect to Hashem. And so that's first and foremost in my mind, is the relationship I have with God, and starting my day off with shul and Talmud, great way to begin.
At Chabad.org, we're able to see firsthand the results of using the internet to be able to make available teachings, resources, and bringing people together in a way that was really never possible in the decades prior.
Imagine the same effort. You can affect 50 people, which is our local class, or you can affect 50,000 people. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. It's a big schus to have the opportunity of being able to reach out and to touch that many more Yidden.